President of the Lao PDR Choummaly Sayasone headed the Lao high-level delegation attending the Special ASEAN-US Summit, which opened in the Sunnylands Resort in California on February 15th. The two-day summit aims to tighten the ASEAN-US strategic partnership and map out orientations for future bilateral ties. Details with our news team Houmphaeng Vilayphone, who is in California to report on the Special ASEAN-US Summit. U.S. President Barack Obama welcomed leaders from the 10 ASEAN member countries who arrived at the summit venue, the Sunnylands Estate, at about 3 p.m. local time. President Choummaly Sayasone of the Lao PDR, which this year takes the chair of ASEAN, and U.S. President Barack Obama co-chaired the first ever standalone summit between the U.S. and ASEAN, the 10-member regional bloc, as strategic partners with leaders agreeing to deepen cooperation for shared prosperity, peace, and security.
This reflects my personal commitment and the national commitment of the United States to a strong and enduring partnership with your 10 nations individually and to Southeast Asia as one region, as one community, ASEAN.
In their first session held shortly after the welcoming ceremony, U.S. and ASEAN leaders agreed to work together to deepen their decades-long relations and cooperation. The first session focused on economic cooperation, specifically on promoting an innovative entrepreneurial ASEAN economic community. In his opening remarks, President Obama recalled that the U.S. and ASEAN alleviated their cooperation into a strategic partnership last year, saying that the sustained engagement between the U.S. and ASEAN is delivering concrete results that benefit all sides, a momentum that the U.S. and ASEAN can build on at this summit. He said, "Together we can continue to increase the trade and economic partnerships that create jobs and opportunities for our peoples." Trade in goods between the U.S. and the 10 ASEAN member countries have expanded by 55% during Mr. Obama's administration. The ASEAN region is now the U.S. fourth largest goods trading partner, including U.S. exports that support more than 500,000 American jobs. Meanwhile, U.S. companies have been the largest source of foreign investment in ASEAN, one of the many reasons that the region's GDP has surged in recent years, lifting people from poverty into the middle class. President Obama congratulated ASEAN leaders on the formation of the ASEAN community, which is another important step towards integrating their economies. At this summit, we can build on this progress and do more to encourage entrepreneurship and innovation so that growth and development is sustainable and inclusive and benefits all people, he said.
This ASEAN-US Special Summit is providing us an excellent opportunity to exchange our views and also provide direction for our officials in order to implement the outcome of the previous ASEAN-US Summit.
In his remarks, President Choummaly Sayasone agreed that the summit provided a great opportunity for ASEAN and the U.S. to exchange views on ways to further enhance their strategic partnership for long-term peace and security and for the prosperity of the U.S. and ASEAN peoples.
As chair of ASEAN in 2016, the Lao PDR stands ready to work closely with other ASEAN member states and the U.S. in order to ensure that this strategic partnership will bring about fruitful results.
President Choummaly told the session that the Lao PDR, as chair of ASEAN in 2016, is prepared to work with all ASEAN member countries and the United States to translate the strategic partnership to gain greater results. He said he believes that the discussions at this summit will achieve successful outcomes. He added that the U.S. has been one of the important dialogue partners of ASEAN, and U.S.-ASEAN cooperation has developed satisfactorily. On Tuesday, U.S. and ASEAN leaders hold talks on protecting peace, prosperity, and security in the Asia-Pacific. President Obama said both sides can also continue to increase security cooperation to meet shared challenges following the recent terrorist attack in Jakarta, Indonesia, which reminds all sides to stay together and stay vigilant, share more information, and work cooperatively to protect their people. He said leaders can advance their shared vision of a regional order where international rules and norms, including freedom of navigation, are upheld and where disputes are resolved through peaceful legal means. President Obama stressed the need to implement the Paris Climate Change Agreement and step up investment in clean, affordable energy, including in developing countries. The ASEAN-US Summit in Sunnylands is the first summit between ASEAN and our partner countries since the ASEAN community was established. It is an opportunity to explore ways to make their cooperation more effective. The summit is expected to create a roadmap for further cooperation. Since ASEAN and the US set up a dialogue relationship in 1977 and established partnership in 2005, the two sides have steadily expanded cooperation in politics, security, economics, trade, and culture.